Hi friends, I'm back. Hope you're all doing well. I've really missed making videos. Let's have a wee catch up. I've been going through quite a transformative time these last few months. The things that I thought were constant and stable in my life, and perhaps I took that for granted a little bit, shifted unexpectedly, and I was pushed to really think deeply about who I am, who I want to be, and what my future is going to look like. This is sometimes called the Tower moment. In traditional tarot cards, this is represented by the image of a crumbling or burning tower. It's a sudden disruptive and life-altering event, or in my case, multiple events at the same time, that shake us awake and force a new perspective. It's the destruction of everything, chaos and upheaval. We'll all face tower moments at some point in our lives, it's unavoidable. But with destruction comes creation. The universe doesn't take without also giving in return. This painful reset will ultimately lead to liberation and necessary growth. I try to view my situation this way. It's time for surrender and quiet reflection of what was, a deep letting go, and a trust that something better is coming. Whenever I need clarity about a situation, I go to my oracle cards. They act as a bridge between my conscious mind and my inner knowing. They're a tool for accessing my intuition. To do this, I meditate and try to release as much from my mind as possible. If thoughts disturb me, I acknowledge that they're there and then allow them to pass by, like clouds. We all have this ability to access our intuition. It's just that often it's drowned out by the chatter of the analytical and logical mind. It's a practice that takes time to cultivate. I shuffle the deck while thinking of a question. For example, you could simply ask, what do I need to know today? Pulling a card creates a ritual that signals the mind to switch into a receptive state. It's like telling your intuition, hey, I'm listening now. They illuminate what you already know deep down, that quiet whisper of your heart. Let me share the two cards that came out for me, because maybe you can identify with some of these themes too. The first card is the Pilgrim. The Pilgrim is an archetype representing the wanderer who is seeking wisdom, experience and meaning. It's an inward journey as much as it is an outward one. Others wonder when the pilgrim will settle and claim a more conventional life, but the pilgrim knows that the heart belongs in motion. Where there's motion, there is freedom, expansion and growth. The pilgrim can slip into a quiet slumber, soothed by the daily routines and social conventions. But when this archetype awakens, it ignites our sense of adventure, leading us out the door towards a new reality. The second card is the Dead End. Contrary to what its name implies, the Dead End is very much alive. It's a force that stops us from moving forward as planned. It's thick, dense and uncompromising, a wall beyond all walls. With every bramble, thorn and stone, it simply states, no more, you've reached the last page of this chapter. It's natural to resist and struggle even harder to make our way, to prove our point, to hold on to what was. In this way we fight with life itself. But the end we face is very much a beginning. There are doors opening all around us, just not the one we planned on walking through. If we're honest and courageous enough to accept, adjust and adapt, the dead end becomes known as life's beginning. Often in books and films, this is the moment that the protagonist experiences something momentous, an epiphany or realisation that changes the course of their narrative. I relate to the pilgrim in many ways. I've never been comfortable following a conventional life path. I sometimes wonder why that is. I do feel like I have a restless spirit, and the thought of a predictable routine feels like a cage to me. Am I forever curious about the world and excited to expand and live fully as much as I can? Or am I simply using that as an excuse to run away from myself? It's something to consider. Now that I'm in my 40s and my mindset hasn't changed, I can see that it isn't just a phase. is the core of who I am. I haven't reached the milestones that society expects by this age, and it took me years to realise that those missing milestones aren't a measure of my worth. My tower moments broke the illusion of what life should be, and allowed me to define it in my own way. As you can tell, the energy of my current situation really came through strongly in that card reading. I encourage you to try and access your intuition too, in whichever way feels comfortable for you. Some methods you can try are meditation, tarot or oracle cards, journaling, spending time in nature, dreams, and body cues such as chest tightness or butterflies in your stomach, also known as trusting your gut. If you're honest with yourself, your heart already knows the answer. You just have to learn to trust and believe in that inner knowing. Remember, intuition doesn't scream, it whispers. Learning to lean into that, even when it defies all logic, is where the work lies. One of my first challenges in this new timeline is relocation. Initially, I thought that going home to Scotland would be the best option. I haven't been back for many years, and I think in some ways I romanticised this idea. But as the saying goes, you can never go home again. Once we leave, whether by moving through life, evolving in thought, or undergoing transformative experiences, we can't reclaim that exact version of home because both ourself and the place have changed. Our perceptions shift and the world moves forward. But I also feel this way about where I currently live. So much change occurred here, and I'm no longer the person I was when I arrived. And at the moment, I'm existing between worlds, the known and the unknown. I've decided to carry on moving forwards, to embrace something new and unfamiliar. Shrinking back into a smaller version of myself is no longer possible, even if I wanted to. So I'll continue travelling, taking a leap of faith into the unknown. Each step feels like shedding an old skin, leaving behind the weight of what I've outgrown. There's a quiet thrill in not knowing what's ahead, a mixture of fear and freedom that pulls me onward. I'm trusting that the path will reveal itself as I go. Lately I've been reflecting on why I love sharing my experiences through video, especially with strangers. I think it's because when I watch other vlogs, whether it's simply daily life or travelling, there's something kind of special about being allowed to look into someone else's life. It's connection through shared experiences, no matter where we are in the world. It's a reminder that at a soul level, we have so many of the same hopes, worries and dreams. I hope that by sharing my own personal thoughts and experiences, I can create that same sense of connection for you. Perhaps my words will offer guidance, reassurance, or simply a moment of calm at the end of a long day. Whatever value you gain from my videos, I'm so grateful that you found me. Let me know in the comments if this video has sparked any thoughts for you, or if you have any topics you'd like me to explore further. Did any of the cards catch your attention? Maybe they have a message for you. I also have an anonymous Ask Me Anything, which I'll link below if you prefer to ask questions that way. I'm still unsure where I'm heading next, but I know I'm ready for this change, and that I'm equipped with the knowledge and courage to face whatever experiences come my way. Let go of what wants to leave and continue to greet life with an open heart and mind. Something magical is on the way. I love you, little birds. Speak soon.
Hello, hello.